disguise, cries, sour momentum, passive with goodbyes. I'd rather you tell them, but now the truth is I've digressed from all the feelings, so it's forever though. But my mama's son is missing, ain't no telling, do they love or did they kill him? The dominoes have fallen, we can't go back to beginning.
I'm even afraid of just like keeping this light on like this, bro, because it might aggravate. You know what I'm saying? I already just like explained my condition. You know, we might have to just like deal with dullness, lighting. You know what I mean? I've got, yeah, scary situation, bro. It was like some migraine pains that would just like pop up, right? And all this lighting that I'd be having going on when I live stream or when I record these videos or whatever the situation, that like it aggravates those pains. You know what I'm saying? I find it to be a little bit better, you know what I'm saying, when this light is off. I did take my treatment though. Woo! Right, I did take my treatment one time for the treatment. I ain't gonna lie, I needed that mug, you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, that pain, it was creeping up again. As I shared, bro, last time in my last videos, you know, I just to the doctor's office. You know, he ran like what he thinks the best solutions will be for pains to stop, because like, you know, they popped up out of nowhere, bro. For the pain, I literally have to abruptly stop a live stream because yo just pulls up and it's like heavy wave of the pain, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, feel it to be better. Always, you know. Okay, let's try this. Let me just dim it up better. Hopefully it doesn't start that whole. Now, you know, we just broke down the ancient timeline of, you know, ancient Africa before colonization happened. And look, bro, to be honest, if you ask me, when it comes to just how the colonization system and that whole play being experienced, right, by Africa, I feel like it's a whole white collar criminal kind of activity type system. You know what I'm saying? It has to be white collar. It has to be slow. It has to be it has to start from a seed, instead of just like aggressive, like in your face, hey, give us what you have. You know what I'm saying? We hear there's some like valuables here, we want all of it, run it up. You know what I'm saying? Run it up. It's like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying? People don't that's not how you do it. You feel what I'm saying? You plant your seed, aka you make your initial investment, right? That's the capitalist way of just like taking over, right? We have to compound our presence here, compound our energy, plant your seed, right? Make your initial investment, let that shit simmer, grow there, because with you having invested some energy, aka some portion of money there, that's you having collaborated, right? You place your collaboration, you know what I'm saying? That's your form of collaboration. It may come through the form of those finances that you invest there. It may come through the form of just like whatever other energy you use to invest within whatever right agenda. Maybe your expertise, right? Maybe your other networks, you know what I'm saying? Portions of your networks that can help whatever agenda we're trying to do here. You know what I'm saying? So it's about that, like, yo, let's be partners, trading partners here and there, whatever, like however that looked. I don't really care too much to get into the homework of that. You know what I'm saying? But it starts off like that. I feel like it's all white collar criminal kind of thinking, like systematic kind of thinking, right? You know what I'm saying? Put your investment, let it grow there, because now like your trust is growing. These are the kind of psyops that can only work, you know what I'm saying, long term. Like the whole investment thing, right? We've seen, I mean, we live in a world where you've seen a whole bunch of capital just being lost overnight like that. You know, capital that has been invested from taxpayers or people that like would just like, you know, investing for their retirement, for their future, the future of their children, families, all of that. And you know, with investment firms just like disappearing like that. See what I'm saying? It's like it has to grow to a point, bro. It has to grow to a bubble, right? So that when that bubble bursts, and then everybody's back down to reality. Oh shit, I just lost a whole bunch of, I just lost multi-millions. You feel what I'm saying? And then it cannot just happen straight up like that. Even like with people who are white collar criminals, see what I'm saying? They are they are captured like after a whole bunch of planted seeds have been planted. You know what I'm saying? To a point where, oh shit, this person maybe working at a bank, for example, just like been extracting maybe cents out of people's accounts. Maybe they have access to that, extracting cents, little cents, little cents. And the extraction of those small amounts of monies may just be hidden behind maybe operation fees. You understand what I'm saying? Operation fees, banking fees, this and that, management fees, whatever. But then there might be somebody that's taking a fraction of your money from, disguising it as management fees, banking fees, and things like that. Doing that over the course of years, just to be found out that this motherfucker was like extract, like they got like billions on this. You know what I'm saying? They done extracted hundreds of millions from people working for this bank. Blah blah blah. So it's like that's the same concept with colonization. It had to be that, right? Plant like little seeds, bro. Hark on people's vulnerabilities, ignorance, what they don't have. You know what I'm saying? I come with this truth to you. I come with this value to you. You know what I'm saying? And I see you need it, and therefore what the trade-off is, whatever is valuable for you, give me that. And then you make sure that you're so meticulous, that you're so detailed, and like you may confuse the people that you're collaborating with, the people whose land you're trying to take over. Take them over with the understanding of the details. You know what I'm saying? Construct, basically speak in code. I don't know, speak in code. I may be speaking out of ignorance, but this is like my idea of how colonization surely has worked. You know what I'm saying? This is the ignorant version of it. Like I don't care about doing the homework. But you know what I'm saying? It's that whole planting seeds little by little, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hiding the real things behind terms and conditions and all this, that, and the third. And by the time a whole lot of damage has been done, I then presented to you the fact that you didn't read the whole contract, bro. And so by that time, everybody realizes that I've got like a whole bunch of a percentage of possession over what over your land and over your environment, over your people's psychology, that I damn near just like, it's like the environment is mine now, your space is mine now, I'm the king now. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh shit, now now the final kick from that dying horse. Now we gotta gather quick military strength to probably kind of drive y'all away, but then y'all are so strong that damn, we gotta surrender at that point. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's probably the general just hope of how things happened, and like being lost in the details. You know what I'm saying? The devil being in the details, being lost in the details, in the language. You know what I'm saying? To a point where that language is constructed for you to see yourself as invaluable eventually. You understand what I'm saying? This may have been, introduced through systems of taxation, systems of just, I don't know, sanctions. I don't know, bro. Like all this political jargon, but it is the works of politics, bro. Yo, correct me in the comments, bro. I'm so serious on this stuff because I've never been that interested in just like the frameworks of colonization, blah blah blah. But the older I get, the older I realize a whole lot of what was initiated, from the colonizers is affecting me this day in real life. You know what I'm saying? And it's even with considering my generation. Look, I'm millennial, right? But I'm like late millennial, so the youngest version of millennial. So I'm actually like 96, borderline millennial and Gen Z. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I see a whole lot of my peers. They don't even they're not looking forward to things like having families and getting married, blah blah blah. Y'all know the narratives, and it's because how the powers that be over the environments that we find ourselves in, like the systems that they created, man. It's like it's so much pressure. It's like investment without no proper ROI as per the investment of our energies as young people. You know what I'm saying? Grinding away, trying to get whatever educational qualification, you know what I'm saying, for that shit to not mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the price to everything, inflation, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore it is the works of the colonizer. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, peoples, they leave systems behind where it's like, okay, they may not be like what, predominantly just involved physically in the land, but you know, the systems that they create because of the power that they snaked into. Man, leave a like, comment, subscribe, bro. But I feel like, you know, the whole colonization origins, bro. I want to dive deeper into that stuff, bro. Facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? History reaction, history action might just, you know, that might just be the journey until further notice. Your way though. Wait. Yeah. Since, you know, since this was the whole thing, moral of the story, let's restart